Hey everyone, today we're going to do a little something different. I'm in the kitchen. I'm going to be showing you my favorite chili. It's probably like my go-to lunch. I eat it pretty much all the time. It's great macros. I'll put them up on the screen with the recipe as well. I'll put that in the description. But from what I've heard, your abs are made in the kitchen. I have a couple already, but you know, I'm working on it. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. Optional if you want. Let me just grab it here. If you want, when you are cooking the turkey or whatever, you could have a apron. Fun fact about this, I'm from Seattle originally, around the area. Not exactly there, but my mom, she made this on her sewing machine for me. So it's reversible. It's pretty badass because, anything your mom makes you is just awesome anyways. And if you don't like the Seahawks, well, I get it. I'm pretty sure that some of it your team, some of it's not, but it's all good. I'm not a hater either way. So thanks for joining me today. Let's get on it. I did add a couple things to the recipe, like the corn here and the diced tomatoes. It does call for our chicken stock as well as some alcohol, but I don't drink alcohol. It's been like over 5 years. So I just put the whole thing of chicken stock in there instead of the alcohol. Of course, you need a slow cooker or an Instapot will work as well. So essentially I'll be showing the steps as we go through, but super simple, to be quite honest. Cook the meat with the spices here and with the onion. Cut up the sweet potatoes, put everything in the slow cooker and cook it 3-4 hours or whatever. But if you have an Instapot, probably like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. I just don't have an Instapot and I choose not to have another appliance. All right, I'll show you just the basic steps and try to make that as easy as possible and show the end result and show you how much it makes, because I do 3 ladlefuls in each Pyrex bowl, glass bowl there. So then it's easy to heat up. And then when I heat it up, one of my tricks is I do put some cottage cheese in there to cool it down. Gives me some extra protein. So, all right, here we go. So when I said this is a super easy recipe, I am not joking. So all you're gonna do here is pour your chicken stock in, get that in there. And I'm gonna kind of do this as we go to make it a lot quicker. You notice that I had garbanzo beans, some black beans, which I rinse just because I like to rinse the black beans. I don't know if that's completely necessary. And then I also have some corn. Boom, pour it in there. That's it. Diced tomatoes. This is the extra thing that I put in there because I like that consistency. Pour it in. Crushed tomatoes. I get the unflavored ones. Pour that in. And then a cup of quinoa, or however you say it. And then lastly, the thing you're going to put in there is just your sweet potatoes. I had the liberty of cutting them up before I turned the video back on because, I mean, honestly, who wants to watch me cut up sweet potatoes? It looks like kind of a lot. It's usually like 2 big ones or 3 smaller ones, but they do cook down quite a bit. And I really like sweet potatoes. Okay, so that is the prep for this. Now we're just going to do the meat real quick, which is essentially meat, onion, spices, cook it, get it to where it's basically done, and then pour it in there. All right, so this is I already put everything in there, but I'm just going to show you. So about a half a teaspoon or so in here. I like to put a little bit more black pepper. That's just me. 1 teaspoon garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of chipotle, or 2 teaspoons chipotle chili pepper. It's actually not even hot. 2 teaspoons of the ground cumin. And lastly, 1 tablespoon of the chili powder. I don't find it spicy at all, so if you're a spice person, just kind of, figure out what you want to do, but that's the starting product. I'll show you what the ending product is. It does look much better, and then I'll put it in there. So that's pretty much it. Very simple. All right, so it's sizzling away. It's already done, so you can see what it looks like. And you know what? How about those awesome spiral stove? It still works amazing. I know a lot of people have gas now, or whatever you want to call it, but it's pretty sweet. So all we're gonna do now, I'm just gonna move the camera in just a second. So it's a little bit easier to see, so bear with me for just 1 minute. All we're gonna do, take this, pour it into there, stop the sizzle, get all that stuff out of there, and voila, that's done. I usually mix it up a little bit just to kind of distribute it. I also do like stir it around quite a bit as I'm going through, but you know what? This is what it's gonna look like. It's gonna cook down. I usually do about 4 hours on high, medium, depending on what cooker you have, but it's just delicious. The one thing I did forget to mention is the meat. So in the meat, it's about 1.7 pounds, 2 pounds, but you know, this recipe, you could just do whatever you want. So I'm gonna put the lid on here. Hello. And we're done until we come back. So with the magic of YouTube and video, I will show the finished product. All right, we're done. So I already filled one up over there. I usually do about 7 Pyrex sized bowls, but I just use a ladle because it's just a little bit easier. I'm gonna try not to spill it because I'm hand holding the camera. I don't typically weigh every single one of them because I've done this a couple different times, but just for illustration purposes, a lot of meat in there. Like I said, there's 2 pounds of turkey, which you could use whatever you want. So you're probably looking at about 450, 500 grams, just depends on what you want. I will do the maths up on the thing so you could see it, but I'm gonna fill these up real quick and I'll be right back. All right, we are done. Don't they look delicious? So I put 500 grams in each one of them. The proportions will be a little bit off depending on how much sweet potatoes is one, how much meat's in another. It's a customizable meal, so you could actually put different things besides turkey burger in there or whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. I love sweet potatoes. Those are optional as well. But what I do now is I wait for it to cool down. I freeze it. And then when I want one or two, usually during the week, I'll take out like 3 or 4, de-thaw them. And then after they're de-thawed, the next day, I'll put in the microwave for 2 minutes. Stir it up, put in the microwave again for 1.5 minutes, stir it up, and it's ready to go. From there, I put 113 grams of cottage cheese on top and stir it around. Some of it's for the extra protein content, and some of it is, I really love cottage cheese. But honestly, even if you don't like cottage cheese, you should try it because you can't even taste it. Like, honestly, you can't taste it at all. So I just want to say thank you again for joining me. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing more stuff like this. If you have a go-to chili recipe, let me know where it's at. I would love to try it also. So thanks again for tuning in, and you all have a great day. Thanks, everyone.